Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. My goodness, you know when you're an old fart when certain things happen. Let's get the introduction over. Okay, so a couple of days ago I went to one of the local shops near where I live. One of the motorcycle shops that sell all the gear. They don't sell motorcycles, but they sell all the gear. And I'm looking around and thinking what I could do and what I could have and where I could have it and all this good stuff. And settled on another pair of summer gloves in readiness for 2024. And there was when I walked in, I noticed a Honda CB125 out on the street, and no one else other than this other young man, probably about the age of 25, was in the shop. And he was running around getting a load of kit, getting the new jacket, getting the new textile trousers, gloves, everything else, a set of boots and whatever. And he beat me to the front of the queue, and I'm there watching all this stuff of his going through the till, and I think it came up to something like £520, and he was there with his phone to pay it, and sure enough, he tapped the thing, and it wouldn't work. The software that the transaction stuff with the banks on the card reader had failed, and he couldn't pay for his stuff. Anyway, so me being the sod I am, I said I'll tell you what. I said, you transfer me the money right now, and I'll pay for it. And he looked at me and he said, would you? And I said, no. I said, why don't you get your card out and pay for it yourself? He says, I haven't got a card. And the guy behind the counter looked surprised. He's the same age as me. And I said, you haven't got a card? No, it's all on my phone. I said, so you're depending on your whole life and all your transactions through something that costs 320 quid. And I said, and if you lose your phone, you lose everything. And he said, yeah. I said, wow, I couldn't survive like that. He said, yeah, it's all my Visa cards and all his credit cards and debit cards for his bank and that are all on the phone. Now, I know I have mine on my phone, but I also have the thing in the back of my pocket called a wallet. And I asked him, I said, haven't you got a wallet? He says, no, don't need that. And I said, you know, if you go abroad, do you take a wallet with your cards? No, not at all. I said, so what happens if you're in an accident and your phone gets damaged and you can't pay for anything? You can't pay for medical care or anything like that? Oh, I never thought of that, he says to me. I never thought of that. I said, do you have cards? And he said, yeah, they're all wrapped up with a rubber band. He says, I've never used them. I said, oh, wow. I said, is that the world we're going into? Now, most people know that I work in IT, and I didn't realise that the 25-year-olds, of this era are just using completely and utterly their phone. So if they're 30 miles away from home and need a taxi, they'll use the phone. But if they lose the phone, then they can't get a taxi home for that 30-mile journey, or whatever it is, as an example. And so I said to him, I said, well, if you transfer me the money plus 10% interest, I'll pay for it right now, and you can take your kit right now and put all your kit on and get on your CB125 and take it home. He looked at me and smiled, and he said, I shall come back tomorrow. I shall come back tomorrow, and hopefully the software on the card reader will have fixed itself, and then we can take it from there. I said, fair enough, young man, that's a good choice. That's a good decision. You don't want to pay me 10%. But if he had done, I would have took his 10%, and maybe he'd have learned something. I'm wondering, I know my audience is 45 years of age and older. Tell me, guys, are you carrying a wallet still? Or is it just me that carries a wallet with my cards in it? And, you know, I do pay sometimes using my mobile phone where I tap it on the reader. And that's okay. You know, when I'm going in through drive-through at McDonald's for a coffee. But, you know, how does it work? Are you carrying wallets now? Am I an old fart? Do I need to get rid of my wallet with all my cards and depend on my Apple iPhone? I don't know. What do you think? It's a really interesting situation. I mean, are cards going out of fashion? When I've been in queues and people have paid, they're still using the cards. They either tap it because it's less than £100, or they insert the card and put the pin in. I don't know. How bizarre. Is this the world we're going into? Soon you'll not get a card. You'll just go onto your app for Royal Bank of Scotland or the Halifax or whatever, and it'll all be through your smartphone. What happens if you haven't got a smartphone? Then again, I guess most people have got a smartphone now. My goodness, I'd love to know what your thoughts are. Comment below. Tell me what you think. Could you completely survive with your mobile phone? No cards, no nothing. What are we doing? Hope you enjoyed this. Ride safely, shiny side up. Always be kind to people. Remember, you never know what their true story is. So be kind to people. And I'll see you very soon. Hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like if you're not already subscribed. And if you are subscribed, thank you very much for subscribing. It really does help. I shall see you very soon.